everybody is doing good on this Friday. I know I am feeling awesome because I am officially retired and I'm happy. I am happy. So that means your girl is all yours. Okay. So that means I am going to be doing my embroidery full time. No more getting up at 3, no more rushing to the day job or anything like that. All I'm doing is strictly embroidering and stuff. So, guys, I am really happy that you guys are here to celebrate with me. I am so happy. You have no idea. It is actually official. I got debriefed. I got no equipment with me anymore. It's just me now. I am like, wow. Okay, so, but I do want to show you guys some of the stuff that I got today. I thought it was like so cool. First, I want to share some of the stuff. And I also want to say a special thank you to all of you guys, especially my sister and my mom. They have been there for me from day one, and they watched this whole career crazy journey that I had. And yeah, the only flaw, like I said on my post, is that my dad is not here, but I know he's watching me from above, and I know he is like so super proud. So I am like really super excited. Okay, so guess what? So today I got up early in the morning and I went to the office for the very last time and officially got retired. And then guess what I did? Came home and changed clothes, and I'm working again. Okay, so but this time I'm actually working in what I want to do, what I love doing, which is embroidery. And I just finished an order today, and I want to share something with you that I learned from this order, because I think this is something that's really going to help a lot of you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, and I'm going to take one of the shirts so that you guys can see what I did. And one of the things that I was looking at when I looked at this shirt, hold on 1 minute. Okay, I just want to grab one of the shirts that I finished embroidering so that you guys can actually see. And let me get all this stuff out of the way, because this is a white shirt, okay? And this is a customer's shirt. And I screw up this shirt and it's not going to be pretty, okay? So this is actually a rush order that I actually got. And I will tell you, my orders have really grown. I mean, from the moment that I left and I was on the bus heading home, I had 2 customers reach out to me for embroidery jobs. So I was just like, okay, this is like the timing, it's just all falling into place. It's just so freaking perfect. Okay. So this customer reached out to me today. And I do have other orders that I'm working on as well. But he reached out. He has a golf event that's happening on Monday, right? And he reached out and said, hey, I had done shirts for his company before, and he wanted me to do a shirt and added a couple of wording on it for this golf event. And he said it was only 4. So I was like, okay, I can do that. Not problem, right? Well, I went and he wanted me to put young, scrappy, and hungry the wording underneath his logo. So as always, you know how I always tell you guys that whenever you're working on a new design, before you embroider on the product, I tell you guys to always test stitch, okay? And I know that sometimes it's a pain and you don't want to do it because you kind of think it's a waste of time and you think it's a waste of thread and right? Well, guess what? I want you to look at this. Okay, this was the test stitch with the wording that he wanted. And I want you to look at it closely, and I want to see if anybody in that chat can tell me what they see wrong here. Okay, I want you to take a look at it real close. Is there anything that you guys can find out? I'm looking in the chat. I want to see if any of you guys can figure it out. And I'm going to party with you guys, okay? I'm going to show you guys all the goodies that I got for my retirement. But, this is all about embroidery, okay? This is my passion. I see that the chat is pretty quiet. Nobody is saying anything. I'm holding it up. The top B. Nope, that's not it, Marino. No, that's not it. Not the letter B. It's not. There you go. You got it. Marino got it. Looks to be, it's smushed. Yes. This is actually the way the logo of the company looks, right? And what happened was the customer came out and said, "Can you add young, scrappy, and hungry underneath the logo?" Right? So there are really two things that I noticed, okay? First of all, hungry and scrappy looks too much together. They should be some extra space. So if you really look at it, it's kind of hard to read. It doesn't really look like young, scrappy, and hungry. The other thing that kind of, what do you mean misspelled? It is not misspelled. That's not, don't say that. Don't say that. Nancy. Let me see. Maybe I gotta make sure that. Oh, did I? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold. Now you got me all. No, that's how he spelled it. Sarhun. Nancy, leave me alone. Now you got me all upset. You know what? I'm gonna boot you out. Girl, I was gonna have a heart attack because I just finished all those shirts. Been messing with me. I'm telling you. That's a sister for you. I tell you. You know what? Boo, Nancy, boo. Anyway, it looks two together, right? Now, just kidding. You know I'm dyslexic and I'll be turning letters all over the place, messing with me like that. Shame on you. Anyway, let's get back to that, okay? Let's go back to the lesson that I wanted to share with you guys. So I went and at first, when I looked at the software, I looked at Embroidery, it didn't look like it was like squished together, the top words, right? So I said, let me stitch it out. The customer was like, I love it, looks great and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Test stitched it. As soon as it came out like this, and I saw that it was too squished together, I said, nope, that's not going to work, right? So let me show you. I made the modification. And let me show you how it looks now. Look at how it looks. See the space between young and scrappy? And there's another modification that I made to this as well. You see how in the logo it has that and sign? I went and I was able to find the exact same and sign or something very similar so that it looks exactly like that. Okay? So I think the customer is going to be really happy with their shirts. Let me put the shirt carefully over here. I don't want it to snag or anything like that. So just something that I wanted to share with you guys because I had just finished this order right now. And, you know, I'm telling you guys, if there's any advice that you take from me, test your designs. Test them. Because when you do this, okay, when you test them, and I got it, we all talk about it. It's, you know, oh, it's time consuming. You're using thread, you're using stabilizer, more bobbin. But you know what? This would have cost me more if I actually did this on the customer shirts and then it didn't look right. Okay. And remember what I always say, whenever you are working on something for a customer, that whatever you stitch out, it represents you and the quality of work you do. So if this is your business, okay, the last thing you want is for someone to be wearing some type of embroidery that doesn't look right because it's telling you it represents you, it speaks volumes. Okay. So just wanted to share that because I thought this was really, really important. And, you know, I just wanted to prove a point to you guys, you know, because it is so, so important. You have no idea how many times I have talked to other embroiderers where they had took a design, didn't even test stitch it, put it on a product, and then next thing you know, they're really, really upset because it looks like a hot mess on the product itself, and you don't want that. Okay, so always test stitch your designs so that you can make sure that it is great quality work. I mean, nothing wrong with the emblem, but I just was not happy with this. And at the same time, I kind of noticed having this and sign looking like this and then this looking like that, it kind of throws it off. It's not, it doesn't have like the same flavor to it. You know what I mean? So when I went and I was able to find the font that had the same exact and sign and everything, as you can see, it looks really, really crisp. It looks really, really good. So I know that they're going to be wearing that at their golf tour event on Monday. They're going to be looking good and feeling proud. So just want to share that. So let me go back to my retirement now, because I got all excited about my embroidery, because you guys know how I feel about my needles and my threads. It's all about the needles and threads. So anyway, I was able to, I just want to show you my goodies that I got. Okay. I actually got my flag. I got my flag, and my flag it's accompanied with the certificate of authenticity. This flag was actually flown over at the Pentagon. So I have this. So I'm going to get all of this. I'm going to have to put it in a shadow box and stuff like that. So I got my flag nicely folded and stuff, and I got my little certificate. Now let me tell you a little story about this flag, okay? This, because you guys are going to kind of laugh about this. I always wanted my own flag. I've gotten so many flags for so many people that I've worked with and stuff, but I never got one of my own, right? So I said, when I retire, I just want to get it for myself, right? So at the Pentagon, there's like this little shop, and they sell flags. So I was like, okay, how convenient. Let me go over there. I'll grab one of their flags, which is like $50, by the way. Okay, it was pretty expensive. And I said, let me just grab it. So I just grab a box, and then I paid for the flag, and then I took it, I took it back to my desk. So out of curiosity, I opened the box and I said, let me look at the flag. One of the things that I noticed right away, because this is an actual embroidered flag, okay? Thank goodness when they folded it, the stars, and even though you could tell, look at this. Look at this embroidery. It's kind of like off. And I know it's folded and stuff like that, but see, look at that. So anyway, because embroidery is my thing, right? Every time, and I'm sure that you guys probably do the same thing. Whenever you see a product in a store or something like that that's embroidered, you're going to pick it up and you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, okay, let me see the quality of the embroidery, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something. When I saw, that's right, I was checking for errors and everything. I mean, I was looking for it, and I was like, who embroidered this flag? I said, you know what? They need to hire me. I could do better in embroidering these flags, And I was kind of like, this is sloppy work. I was kind of like, who got this contract? That's what went through my mind, right? I was like, who got this contract? So I was just like, okay. But thankfully, they folded it, when they gave it to me after they flown it and stuff like that, and they gave it back to me. They folded it where the stars kind of look good. The stars that are showing are looking good. Now, I don't know about you, but I have seen a lot of flags that are folded and stuff. I kind of think this flag was kind of folded a little sloppy, which I'm like, because the stars are supposed to be straight. Okay, they're supposed to go straight all along, the ones that I see. Okay. But it's okay. It's my flag. I'm fine. I'm happy with it. I'm good. So I got my flag. So I got my flag ready. And I'm gonna have to take it to Michael's because I want to do like a big shadow box so I could put everything together and stuff. And I got my little certificate of authenticity. So I got my little flag flown over the Pentagon. Okay. So and then I also got, let's see. Sorry. I think this is, okay, hold on. What's in here? I got my little thing because I'm retiring from the Army. Okay. And guess what I got here? This is so cool. I just want to share this, guys, with you guys, I got my certificate of appreciation, and guess what it says? Retirement. On the occasion of your retirement. I'm retired. I'm on a fixed income. I'm on a real fixed income now, guys. Totally retired. I'm like, oh. So I got my certificate of appreciation, retirement. Beep. Okay. I'm like, awesome. Awesome. Okay. That's usually, the ropes. That's what they give everybody. But I'm like, that's okay. More wallpaper. That's what I always say, Then I got 2 more, and really didn't see all of them, but okay. Oh, there we go. And then I got the big one. Got the big one that has the retirement word on there. See, look at that. Yay! All righty. So I'm excited about that and stuff. Got it from the Army as well. DDD and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. So it's official, guys. Man, your girl is... I'm going to be doing nothing but sewing, embroidering, doing the videos for you guys, and doing these orders and everything like that. And then what was really nice too is, I got my little personal letter from the general and stuff. He 3-star, General Wilson and stuff. I always keep these. I have a lot of these. I have them from 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, and stuff throughout my career and everything. I kind of like the stuff. So I have a whole bunch of those, and I was just like, yeah. And then they gave me another retirement for my certificate. Okay. So they better make sure my pension comes home. Okay. Because they know I was retiring. Okay. I mean, how many of these certificates with retirement are you going to give me? What I really wanted to check. But, I know it's coming. It's coming. And then they also gave me my civilian service medal, which I was kind of like, oh, wow, for my service and stuff, which I did. And it was so funny because everybody was like, oh, should I read it to you? I'm like, nah, it's okay. It's good. But I got the certificate for my medals, and I want to show you guys my medals that I got. And I was kind of sad when I got this because I did have a vision of what I wanted that moment to be. I wanted my mom and dad there with me. And of course, my dad passed. And what you do is you get your 3 medals. So I got that. See? And I always told myself that I would have 1 medal for my mom, 1 medal for my dad, and then 1 for me. But it's okay. I'm still going to give my mom her medal. I'm going to give that one to her. And, my dad's no longer with, so I'm not going to be able to give it to him. But what I'll probably do then, I'll give this one maybe to my son, and then I'll keep this one for the box and stuff. So yeah, so this is my what they call this thing again? I forgot what they called it. I paid $50 for it. That's right. My merit civil service medal. So isn't that cute? So I think that's what I'm going to probably end up doing is I'll give my mom her, the one that's supposed to go for her. And then the one that I wanted for my dad, I'll give that to my son. And then I'll keep the big one for me and stuff. So yeah, pretty excited. So I got all of that today. Those were the goodies. My sister also sent me some goodies and stuff. She sent me a retirement blanket, which I have it in the other room. Hold on. I'm going to go get it. I forgot to bring it. I was supposed to bring it. And I know the room is a little messy. I have all those shirts that I have to embroider. So I have an order of 26 shirts that I have to do. But I want to show you guys, my sister got me this, which I thought was so super cool. I wasn't supposed to open it till today. So she was kind of mad, So she was like, you were supposed to open it at the live. So she gave me this blanket, and it has the retirement rules, and it has no clock, wake up smiling, take naps. I'm going to be taking a lot of those, especially between orders. Go for a walk, and let me see, family time for friends. What else does it say here? Read a book, travel the world, make memories, no stress, relax, be grateful for the day, happy retirement. So really cute blanket. I love it. So I know I'm going to be using this blanket as I sit in the front porch of my house. So I'm pretty excited about that. Now, there was another box that she sent me that I and let me put this on the door. I don't want this to get damaged because it's it's 4 shirts that he ordered, and I told him I would have it done by Sunday, but I was able to finish them real quick. The other shirt, the other order that I have, I know I'm bumbling all over the place. I have 26, and here goes the inspector. What is it, Mello? You want to say hi? Okay, there you go. Oh, what a good boy. Okay. So, yeah, so I have 26 shirts that I have to embroider, and it's going to be with this logo, just so you guys can see, with GS Customs Remodelers. That's for a good friend of mine, his remodeling construction company. So I have to do his shirts. I'll do that this weekend. As you can see, the logo is not that big. It's 3 colors, but it's not that big. So this should be pretty quick to do. And I can do this on all 3 machines. So I think like within 26 shirts, I should be able to have them done within like 3.5 hours, something like that. So yeah, so I'm going to be working on his shirts. I also do have a lady that did reach out to me, and she wants me to embroider the some dress shirts for her son and put his initials on the wrist. And I want to tell you a story about that as well. Something, so because I know this will benefit some of you guys. Originally, she contacted me and she asked how much it would cost for a shirt. Right now, the embroidery on those dress shirts are very, very small. They're really not time consuming, but my minimum charge for an order is $15. So she called me and she said she was looking at my site, and she says, I see a lot more complex designs, and I'm just wondering, how do you do your pricing structure? And I'm really, really glad that she asked me that question, because one of the things that I was able to share with her was that depending on the quantity of your order, that kind of helps me to give you a better price. Because I told her, when you are ordering 1 shirt, right, and you want me to embroider that 1 shirt, I have to set up the machine. I have to test stitch that design. There's a lot involved for that just 1 shirt, right? So of course it's going to cost more when you're only asking for 1. So I was able to tell her that I had, what she was asking of me, which was to embroider the initials on the sleeve of a dress shirt, was something that I commonly did for other customers in the past at a cheaper rate. But one of the things I told her was they got it at a cheaper rate because they didn't just bring 1 shirt. They bought multiple shirts. So when I told her that, she was like, oh, well, he has a whole lot more shirts that I'm sure he's going to want embroidered. So one of the things that I told her was, for you to be able to get the price that I usually give those folks, you got to at least bring me at least 5 shirts. Okay. The minimum of 5 shirts, because if not, then it's going to be, if it's just 1 shirt, my minimum charge to turn that machine on is $15. So right away, she was like, oh, okay. So she got excited about that. So she was like, because she thought it would be like 8 shirts, $15. I said, no, that's not how I do it. I it's just that 1 item would be 15. And then if you add additional, right, then the prices can be lowered a little bit more, because I don't have to reset the machine, right? I already have the design. I already have the machine thread. So all it is just taking the item out and putting them back in. That's really why a lot of these big embroidery companies, they only like to deal with bulk orders, because it's very time consuming to set up machines for one order, right? And it's just, it's really a pain, right? So one of the things that when I shared that with her, right? And I guess I keep saying right. What's going on with that? All right. So when I shared with her that when you give me a larger quantity, the pricing can be more reasonable, that's when she was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and bring you about like 8 or 10 shirts. And I said, not a problem. That's great. Because to me, I look at it as that's a win-win. Okay. Because then think about it. It's like she gets more of her items embroidered. And not only that, I kind of make more money because I'm embroidering more shirts. I'm not going to be charging $15 per shirt. I mean, when you're talking about 3 initials that are very, very tiny, and I did post a video on the channel on how I embroider initials on dress shirts. If you look at that video, you'll notice that it is not a huge stitch. I mean, you're talking about that item will probably be under your needle for maybe about 3 to 4 minutes, right? Not that long. But if because of that, I'm able to charge cheaper, for the item and stuff like that. So just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know sometimes some of you folks reach out and say, I'm really not sure how I should charge certain items. But just keep in mind that when you have that discussion with people and you tell them, for one-offs, it's a little more expensive because of the machine setup, the testing of the design and so forth. But if you end up with a large quantity, I can give you a more reasonable price, something that would really benefit the customer as well as you. Okay. So, it really does help if you have that discussion with the customer. So now I know my sister is dying for me to open this. Okay. So I have a whole bunch of thread here. I'm going to move all this out of the way because I'm trying to get all my threads together because I got orders to do. So I got that lady that's coming with all those dress shirts. I also have to do Juan's 26 shirts for his company and stuff. And then I also have another lady that's coming because she has one item that she needs for me to embroider for her granddaughter. So yeah, so I do have so I'm probably going to be pretty busy this weekend. I already kind of know this weekend's going to be kind of on the big side and stuff. So all right, so my sister wants me, she sent this to me. Okay, I don't know what it is. All right, by the look of it, she says I'm wrong, but I don't know. I mean, I could be. Well, she would know. She bought it, of course. This to me looks like a big wine bottle or something like that, right? So I was like, oh, so she got me some wine. So that way she's hooking a girl up because I'm going to have some food, but she said it's not. So I'm going to go get a pair of scissors. And of course, it's not going to be my sewing scissors, okay? So I'm going to put this here because she says she wants me to open it up in front of everybody. Now, disclaimer, if anything pops up and I have a heart attack and all that kind of stuff and everything, you guys know it was Nancy, okay? Nancy. Gifts HQ. All right, so she wants me to open this up. So I don't know what it is because I'm like, I know that's just going to probably explode. And, and because, I do mess with Nancy a lot, right? You guys know that. I'm always joking with her, I'm always bothering her. And sometimes when I go visit her, I kind of like hide things from her in her sewing room. And I know I get on her nerves. So this will probably be a good payback time. So I don't know. But let's see. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Nutrition. Did she bring me peanuts? Is this peanut? I'm allergic to peanuts. Whoa. Oh. It's something. All right. Do I have to? Okay. It says choking hazards. Choking hazard. All right. So it didn't explode. So that's good. This side up. Okay. I don't even know. What is this? Send a cake? Send a cake. Okay. It's a cake. Choking hazard. This product is not a toy. Please be advised that some of our contain small parts of that's hazardous for children. Okay, so okay. All right. So I don't know what this is. This looks like a okay. To open. Pull both sides open at the same time. Oh, it's a bomb. Did she send me a bomb or something like that? Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So it looks like this. This is gonna be kind of scary. All right, guys. So here we go. I don't know what this is. Ooh. Okay. To open. Pull both sides together. Okay. Man, this is my revenge for all this stuff. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna do it. Oh. Oh, wow, oh, Mello. This is so cool. Oh, wow. Okay, how do you stop it? Wow, I got bubbles. Did you see the bubbles, Mello? Oh, wow, this is cool. Oh, wow. Let's see it again. Oh, wow. Look, Mello. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles. There's bubbles in the sewing room. Oh, it's in the sewing room. Oh, it's all over my ceiling. Okay. Oh, well, it looks like Mello loves the... Nancy, that was cute. Wow. Okay, I knew it was going to explode or something. Oh, there's real food in here. Oh, I can take this out. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, Nancy, thank you. Oh, my God. This was so cool. So, guys, check this out. Well done. Let's celebrate. Oh, my God. You guys. Look. Look what's on the side. She put my logo. It says, let's celebrate. Well done. Congrats. And it has my logo. Oh my God. This is so cool. So, and you know what? I love the bubbles. So, and look, Mel, okay. Look at this guy. All right, Nancy. Now I gotta buy a bubble maker for Mello. I guess I'll be going with him tomorrow. Oh my God, this is so freaking cool. And I love my logo. It has my logo on it. That's like so super cool. Oh my God. So I'm going to have to go into the backyard with Mello tomorrow. And of course, he's going to want to play with the bubbles. So, oh my God, Nancy, thank you. This is so cool. I was half right because I was thinking it was a drink. So you can see, I was going to bring, I said she got me a bottle of wine or something. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love this. I got to show this to Fred. Oh my goodness. Let me put this back. And guys, you guys know I'll be in the backyard tomorrow with Mello playing with the bubbles, okay? Oh my God, this is super cool. I love this. Oh, I still got a bubble in the house. Oh my God, this was so cool. Oh my God. Oh, poor Mello. He's looking around the room. He's looking around the room for bubbles. I'm sorry, Papa. We'll play tomorrow. Okay? I'll buy you a bubble maker. How about that? I'll get you one so you can play this summer, okay? All right. So he wants to play with his There's no more bubbles, Papa. There's no more. We got to get back to the show. Honey. Okay. So, all right. So I guess I guess Nancy started something now. So now I got to get a bubble maker for Mello. No, honey, there's no more bubbles. Uh-oh. I think I'm in trouble, guys. All right, no more bubbles. And I can't do it in the sewing room because they'll get on the stuff. No, can't do it. Can't do it. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I can't believe this. Look at this. What did you start, Nancy? He wants the bubbles. Oh my God. There's no more bubbles. No more. No more. Tomorrow. And stuff. All right, guys. So anyway, so yeah. So finally retired. That was so freaking cute. Oh, Nancy, man, you hit it off the ballpark. I think that was like so super awesome. Oh my God. I'm glad you told me to do this at the live. I really am, because that's like so cool. But you know what's so funny is I had an idea, because as you guys know, I was like, okay, she's gonna have me open up a box and something's gonna pop out. I thought it was gonna be like an explosion or something like that, right? But that's so super cool. I love that. Oh my God, that's a cute gift. That is really, really cute. Oh, he is laying there waiting for the bubbles, guys. Look at that. He's like, I'm waiting. Guess I got a bubble dog. Okay, so anyway. All right, so what are we talking about today? So now that I am no longer working full time and I can now focus on this full time. So I am pretty super excited. And one of the things that I really want to do, because now it's like, now what? What's next? So what's next, of course, is what I have been telling you guys all along. I am now going to focus on my embroidery. I'm going to focus on doing orders. I'm also going to focus on just working on this channel and building our community a little more stronger. That's really what I want to do. So, and as I said, I really love teaching, and I really like to show people, things that I'm learning, things that, that kind of messed up on, kind of similar to what I was showing you guys earlier. I mean, think about it. I mean, could you imagine if they were all wearing the shirt? They'd be like, what does that say? What does that say? Is that supposed to be young, space, crappy? And thank goodness that I went ahead and I did that test stitch, because it really would have looked bad. And they would have been like, oh, there should have been a space between the young and the scrappy. Now, not only was I able to put that space in there, but I was also able to make sure that I found the same symbol to put down here. So that way it was a really good match. So, I really like to teach you guys that kind of stuff. Hold on, I dropped something. I really like to teach you guys that stuff because, we all learn from each other's mistakes, right? And so now that I got that order done, I'm pretty good. So that's one order out of the way. Now I just have to work on these 26 shirts that I got behind me in that chair. And, and it's going to be fine. One of the things also that I noticed regarding blanks, right, that I recommend that you guys do is have the conversation with your customers about the quality of the shirts that they bring in. I do notice that sometimes I have some customers that when they come to see me and they want to bring their own blanks, which I'm all for it, because I don't want to be in the business of buying clothes for other people. I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather you go, you get whatever shirt you like, and then you let me know where you got it from. So that way, if I mess it up, I can replace it. However, though, I do like to have conversations with them about the quality of the shirt. Okay. Like, for instance, sometimes what'll happen is, customers will go and they will buy these inexpensive shirts and they'll want embroidery on it. What ends up happening is when you look at the shirt, you notice that even though the shirt was inexpensive, it's inexpensive for a reason. It's because the quality isn't really that great. It could be like very, very thin. Okay. And sometimes it can be very difficult to, not difficult to embroider, but the thing is, this is how I see it. Embroidery is very, very expensive. It is not cheap. And in order for embroidery to look good and continue to look good, you have to make sure that the shirt that you are embroidering on is a very good quality shirt. If you have a shirt that's inexpensive, very thin, chances are that that shirt that's inexpensive, after several washes, it's not going to look good. It's going to start to thin out more. It's going to start to have like little fuzz balls on it. It's just not going to look good. It's going to shrink. You know, it's not really going to look good, right? So if you're going to spend money on getting something embroidered, make sure that it's something that is of very good quality that can withhold the embroidery. So make sure that when you are talking with customers and they come to you with logos and you know, you see if it's like this or like this, you have an idea of whether the design that they want on that shirt is very dense or if it's very light. Sometimes a logo can be very light and it doesn't, you know, and if you have an inexpensive shirt, it'll go well with it. It's going to be fine. But if you have a very inexpensive shirt and it's extremely thin and stuff like that, and then you have a logo that is like this, this is very dense, okay? Because you have a lot of stuff going on in here, okay? This is not applique. This is all embroidered in there, so it's filled. It needs strength. So even though you can go ahead and you can double up on your stabilizer and probably even put 3 sheets if you want the shirt to be able to uphold itself as well during all the washes and drying and all that stuff. So, you know, just make sure you have those conversations with your customers, because that is something that I always do when people come and they bring me the items. I do tell them and say, hey, I can embroider on that, but just be aware, like I did with the shirts. These shirts are of good quality. Okay, the ones that you know, the white golf shirts, they are of good quality, but I noticed they're on the thin side. So I kind of told him, I said, you know, I can embroider it, but because it's on the thin side and I put my hand inside, you can see the shadow of my hand, right? So you're going to see the shadow of the stabilizer in there too, okay? So because you're going to see that, you want to make sure that, you know, you don't want someone to have the shirt on and then you see the stabilizer inside because you see through. Okay. So what I told him what I would do is I will cut around. Let me show you. Let me give you a sample and I'll show you what. Okay. So this is the shirt, right? And as you can see, I can put my hand in here, and when I have it laying on there, you can kind of see my hand, right? It's kind of like see-through. So what I did, see, when the person puts it on, you're going to see the stabilizer. Do you see that? See how you see that right here on this side right here? See? And I did cut close. I cut close, but you can see that it's kind of like really dark here, and then it's light here, okay? So one of the things that I told the customer was that, let me put it back because I don't want it to get dirty. I'm always very particular about dealing with customers' items because you want to make sure that you don't dirty them or anything like that. So I have them on a hanger right now. So I want to keep them there till the customer comes and picks them up. So, you know, you just be conscientious of that. So I told him, I said, you know, I'm going to cut around it as much as I possibly can, but just know that you're probably still going to see the stabilizer through it. So in the future, when you're looking, especially for a white shirt, try to get something that's a little bit on the thicker side, something that's kind of like on the poly cotton blend, so that you won't see the stabilizer as much. Or stick to colors that are dark. That way you don't see it either, okay? But white shirts can be a little tricky sometimes, right? So that's why you got to make sure that you educate your customers and everything. So, you know, because and you know, I'm gonna be honest, when I have conversations with my customers and you know, they bring me their products and I look at them and we start talking about their project and the type of embroidery they want, the logo, the colors and everything. They do appreciate it when you tell them these things for 2 reasons. First of all, they know that you care about their product and you care whether they like the item or not. You want to make sure they're satisfied with what they have, once the transaction is over. The second reason is they also appreciate it because they know that you know your stuff. Okay. You don't want to just say, hey, sure, I'll do it. And then you do it and you give it to them and that's it. You want to be able to work with them, and and they do appreciate that, because think about it, you're the expert, this is your business, you should know embroidery inside out, especially if you're taking orders and stuff. So they do appreciate that when you take the extra step and you start explaining the process and you start explaining about the different types of fabric and what would work and what wouldn't work. They like that because they know at the end of the day, after you take their order and you work on it, they're going to get a very good quality product. So you want to make sure you have that and stuff. So yeah, so also let's see. So of course the title, I'm retired. Okay, so what's next? Okay, let's talk about some of the stuff we're going to have going on that's coming real soon. Okay, I'm going to be working on orders, as I already mentioned, and I will be videotaping some of these orders as I work on them, because every time I work on an order, it's a brand new learning experience. I want you guys to learn with me, okay? So that way you guys can get better at what you do. The other thing that I'm going to announce also is everyone is asking about this Christmas in July. I did it last year. It went very well. People loved it. They had fun. And yes, we are going to do it. And let me give you some dates, because I have some dates ready for you guys. Okay. The registration, okay, is going to start May 23rd. I will post the link to registering for the gift exchange for Christmas in July on our Facebook group. So the link will be there. Okay. Now, I am only going to have registration open for only 7 days. All right. So on May 30th, I'm closing the registration for it. No more registration. So if you want to get in on it, on the fun, make sure that after May 23rd, okay, you register. Okay. So like I said, I will put the link for the registration on our Facebook group. So for those that want to join in the gift exchange for July, make sure that you register. After May 30, registration is closed, not accepting any more registration. And then moving on from there, we will be I'll be drawing everybody's names, and everyone will be assigned someone by May 31st. Okay. So by May 31st, you're going to know who you're going to be gifting to. So, and then the gifts need to be sent out by June 27th. Okay. And the show and tell embroidery happy hour, where we're all going to get together and we're all going to show off these gorgeous gifts that we got, I'm going to be hosting that on July 18th of this year. So just to recap, May 23rd, registration is going to start. May 30th, registration closes. The day after May 30th, that's when the drawing is going to take place, and that's where everyone's going to be paired off. And then by June 27th, all the gifts should be mailed out. Okay. So the reason, so you have the whole month of June to create that special gift. All right. And then in July 18th is when we are going to have our show and tell show. And we're going to show each other what we got, and just thank each other for all these beautiful gifts that we make. Okay. So for those of you guys that don't know what this is, that are watching me for the first time and are like, what is she talking about? These are gifts exchanges. Okay. I host them twice a year. I used to just host them during the Christmas time, but some folks have reached out and asked if they could do Christmas in July as well. So now I host it for July, and I host it also for the holidays. And the reason why I do this is because as people that create stuff, a lot of times what happens is we kind of sometimes have friends that don't create, right? They're just not crafty. Okay. So And when we're exchanging gifts, of course, because you like to hand make your own items, you always end up gifting like personalized gifts and stuff like that. And then you always end up getting like little gift cards and everything. So one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to build a group of folks that love to create items. And I thought it would be really awesome if we just have a gift exchange where people register. The system will automatically just draw another person's name, and you don't even know this person, and they all you know is they live somewhere in the United States, and you're going to create this awesome gift for someone, and you're going to mail it out. And guess what? Someone is going to have your name, and someone's going to create an awesome gift, and they're going to mail it to you. The reason for all of this is because it is such a special feeling when you get a gift from someone that they actually made for you. I mean, it really is awesome when you open up a gift and you see that someone has sewn your name to a bag, or made a wallet, or just a hair scrunchie, any little thing. I mean, it's just really awesome because it's a great feeling. Because as people that make things, you already know what it takes, the time, the energy, the effort, the planning, the patience, everything, the amount of hours that it takes for someone to take a piece of fabric, cut it, sew it, measure it, put snaps on it, and iron it and everything. It's like, it's a lot of work. It really is a lot of work. And to know that someone out there did all of this for you, it's a special feeling. It really, really, truly is. I have received so many gifts from people that have created things, and I treasure all of it. I really do. I treasure it all. I use them. And every time I use it, I always think of them. And I'm always like, wow, this person doesn't even really know me. But they made this for me. And sometimes I see the items, and because I myself sew and do embroidery, I know the amount of time it took for that person to measure the fabric right, to sew it. And what goes through my mind is sometimes, you know how when you sew something and then you made a mistake, and then all of a sudden you just have to take out that seam ripper and you take it apart and re-sew it and stuff. I mean, you guys saw me do that when I was trying to do the quilt for my girlfriend that had her baby. I broke a needle, and I couldn't find the broken needle, so I had to buy more fabric because I didn't want to accidentally give her a blanket which could have possibly had a broken needle into it, because I mean, that's her baby. So I mean, there's just so much work that goes into things that are handmade. And I know that if you receive something like that, you would treasure it, and it would really make you feel special. So I really like doing that. So I know I did that the first time. I tried it, doing the gift exchange. Everyone loved it. Everybody, the gifts were just amazing that people were receiving: wallets, bags. I mean, it was just amazing. And it's something that I will always, I always want to continue it. Everyone always enjoys it, has a lot of fun. The only thing I want to ask, and this is just something that I really want to say, is this takes commitment, okay, to be in the gift exchange. When you are signing up, you are promising me and all the folks in the exchange that you're going to do your part, okay? If you feel by any chance that maybe it's too much, it's okay. You don't have to sign up for it. As a matter of fact, I encourage you not to, honestly, because this is the thing that I don't want to happen. I don't want someone to be all excited about this, create a special gift for someone, mail it out, and then when it comes to the day when we're doing the show and tell, that person never received anything, because the person that they got assigned, that was assigned to give them a gift, never sent it out and never gave it to them. I know that's got to be an awful feeling, and I don't want that for anyone. Okay. So the first couple of gift exchanges, one of the things that I did was I went and I was sending out gifts to everybody, but it got to the point where it got a little out of control. At one gift exchange, I think we had about close to, if I remember correctly, it was like 50 people, something like that. And the second one, I had to have my girlfriend Patty. She helped me create mugs, and it was like between me and her creating the mugs, wrapping them up, printing out the stuff. It got to be very, very expensive. Um, and very time consuming. And I was doing this when I was working full time and running the embroidery business as well, and then doing the gift exchange and then making gifts for everybody. So it became very, very, very overwhelming. So it got to the point where I just really couldn't do it anymore. So I had to just make the gift for the person that I was assigned to and pray that nobody like not got a gift. Okay, because that was the whole reason why I was sending out a gift, because I was afraid that I don't want anyone to feel left out. Okay, because it's supposed to be a special time and I want everyone to enjoy it, and I want everyone to really, have a good experience with it. So that's the only thing that I truly ask, is that if you feel that by chance you're not going to be able to fulfill the commitment, you don't have, I always host these exchanges. You don't have to go into this exchange. If you're just too busy right now, you can do the one in December. If not, do the one next year. I mean, I'm going to host this every year. So, and I'm going to do it in July and I'm going to do it in Christmas, because everyone really seems to love it. And I think it's really special because we're giving each other gifts and stuff like that. And it just brightens people's day and everything. So that is something else, that's coming up. As I mentioned before, I am going to be posting a lot more videos now, because now it is just me and my embroidery. And I've already am starting to work out a schedule, because one of the things is I really want self-care also. I want to be able to, I still want to have a routine. I'm going to get back into the gym. I promised myself I was going to do that. Now I have nothing but time. So I'm going to go to the gym. I want to take classes in the morning, just so that I can have fun, and take care of me. And then, I already kind of told myself in the morning, that's going to be my me time, where I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to relax and enjoy myself. Because I know my girlfriend, she's been trying to get me to that gym for some time. And I used to love going to the gym with her and everything. But it's just that with the sewing and going to work and all that kind of stuff, it really made it very difficult to find the time. Now I have nothing but time. So there's no excuse now. Okay. So that is what I'm planning on doing. I plan on just getting up in the morning. I want to go to the gym. I want to make that, priority, because there are things that I want to do. I have to bring my weight down. My last appointment with the doctor wasn't that great. They were kind of like, you're on borderline diabetes. So I got to watch what I'm eating. I want to start cooking. I want to start cooking at home. I don't want to go out to eat anymore. I'm getting a little tired of that restaurant food, and all the DoorDash and everything like that. So now that I'm home, I can actually go to the store and I can buy what I want to eat and I can cook it at home. So I'm going to try to start doing that more often and stuff. And then I'm just going to work on my embroidery orders. And as I work on my embroidery orders, I want to pick up the camera. I want to videotape all the orders that I'm working on, show you guys what's working, what's not working, how I'm doing things. And I also want to create more products for my Etsy shop. I have all these ideas, all these new designs that I put in my laptop, but I just haven't had the chance to stitch them out and put them on products and take pictures of them and put them on the Etsy shop. So those are all things that I want to do. And I'm really looking forward to all of that. So you guys are going to see me a lot more, and I'm really excited. And, and I am going to make a trip to Florida because I do want to spend time with my mom and my sister. So the cameras are coming with me. So you guys will be coming with me. Okay. I know Nancy got her morning show and her Saturday show. I may end up bothering her at a couple of her shows. So you might see me do a little cameo in there and stuff and just bother her. I want to spend time with my mom. I want to take long walks with her. I want to go to bingo with her too and stuff. And and when I'm there, what I'm probably gonna do, I am gonna do it. I will take my single needle embroidery machine, my SC1900. I am gonna take that with me on the road trip. And I'm gonna be sewing with my mom. And I'm also, one of the things I want to do is I want to start learning how to crochet. Okay, learn those granny squares and stuff. Because I want to make pouches out of the crochet. I want to sew them together and make little sew pouches so that I can sell them on Etsy and stuff. So I'm gonna bother my mom quite a bit, and and I figured as she is teaching me, maybe I can record it so you guys can see it. Maybe she can teach all of us, right? And maybe that's something new that we can do. Like maybe we can kind of incorporate the crocheting together with the embroidery and the sewing and make some awesome, pouches and products and stuff like that we can use or sell or even gift. So there's a lot of things that I have ideas and everything like that. My girlfriend kind of laughs because sometimes like she says, oh, Oprah and Gail, right? So she kind of like calls me Oprah and she's like my Gail. So when I started my embroidery business, she would always say, let me know when you're ready to get that plane, that private plane. I'll pick out the carpet. We always used to joke about that. So, I mean, I see Patty is on that on the chat. So I guess, Patty, go pick out that carpet because it's going to happen. Okay. So I am pretty excited and stuff. So yeah, so there is a lot that is going to be coming. And, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. That way you can watch the journey and we can all learn together and have a really good time and stuff. So, and if you're not part of our Facebook group, which is Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures, sign up to the Facebook group. It's a great group. Everybody always helping each other and stuff like that. And we're always showing off the great stuff that we do. I love it because everyone encourages one another. And it's a really great place to just go and just enjoy yourself. If you make mistakes or if you can't figure something out, just put it on the Facebook group. If I can't help you, believe me, there's so many helpful people in that group. Somebody's going to reach out and they're going to help you out with what it is that you're trying to do and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so that's what I have to share with you guys. I am pretty excited. Man, it's hot in here. I am pretty excited because, my new life has started. It's official. It is official. And I know for those of you guys that have been watching me for some time, I had like this countdown. Remember, I was like, I only got 2 years to retire. Just 2 years left. First it was 3 years. Then I had 2 years. It's here. It's actually here. Okay. No more. Yep, that's right, Patty. Hot flash. Okay, here we go. I tell you, it's always something, and stuff. So yeah, I got a little hot flash going on. So anyway, but yeah, so now it's here. It is here. I am finally retiring. And I am so ecstatic. I'm so happy because that means that I can really slow down. I can slow down. I can do life at my pace and do what I want to do when I want to do it, and it's going to be okay. I'm just going to enjoy everything. So I'm pretty excited, guys. So I am really, oh man, this is like, this is good. It's like so good. I am like so happy and excited and everything. So I already know tomorrow I'm going to have to go buy a bubble maker or maybe order a bubble maker for Mello because he's going to want to play with bubbles because he's still staring at my box. Okay. Nancy, thank you so much. That was an awesome gift. That was really awesome. Oh my God. That was so super cool. But I guess all the bubbles will probably run out by tomorrow because I know I'm going to have to keep playing with it for Mello because he's now he's addicted to bubbles. But yeah, so guys, it's gonna be awesome. So tomorrow, what I have going on, so tomorrow I am going to be working on that order for the 26 shirts. I will videotape it so you guys can see the process on how I actually do it. Very similar to the videos that I've done in the past where I've had multiple large quantity orders and stuff. But I will keep posting them because, hey, you never know, you might learn something from it or pick up something that I do different. And then also the shirts with the initials. I already have posted a video of that. And I showed you guys how to reuse your stabilizer, okay? Because you don't want to be wasteful, all right? Now, especially like me. Now I'm on a fixed income. And you know what that means, okay? I mean, if you guys knew me, because I know my girlfriend Patty and my sister, they know how frugal, okay? I say cheap, but they say you're not cheap, you're frugal, okay? I mean, Patty knew me back in the day when I used to walk around with a binder with coupons in it, okay? So that's how tight I was. And she used to always hang with me because she said, Jeanette knows where the free stuff is, which is true. I always did. Every weekend, I was like, I knew what free event was out there so I could take my son and have a great time. So if you thought I was frugal back then, I'm on a fixed income now. I am going to be super frugal now. So and I'm really going to have to work this hustle out because this hustle is really going to help me financially because, when you're retired, you don't get 2 checks every week, every 2 weeks, or every month, right? It's not a bi-weekly paycheck anymore. You get 1 check per month and you better make it last. So you best believe I'm going to have to make that check last. Okay. So I'm going to be fine, but I want to be okay. So I'm counting on this embroidery business to kind of help fill that gap a little bit. So that way, if I want a little extra or I want to be able to splurge, have a ribeye now and then, you know what I'm saying? I can go and get a ribeye now and then because I don't have to worry about, not being able to pay my light bill or something. Because ain't that something if I have to host embroidery happy hour with candles? Okay, you guys will fall out. I know it. So I am going to go down the chat and say hi to you guys and everything because we are up at the hour. And you guys know how it is, how I run these things. I always like to just talk that first hour, share whatever I got going on, share the topic and all that kind of stuff. And then I like to go to the chat and I always like to say hi to everybody and see how everyone is doing and stuff. Woo, man, it's hot in here. Yep. Let me get some water too. My throat was a little dry. So I got some water. All right. So I see Martina. How are you? How you doing? Oh, thank you so much. And John Smith, thank you. I really look up to your energy and positive attitude. I wish you had your energy. Look forward to Friday's your video. God bless you. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, Miss Weber. Thank you so much. Let's get a group together on the East Coast. There have been several people that have asked me about hosting an event. And I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna see what I can do and see what options are out there. And also for those of you guys that don't know, I have talked to Susie. She owns Susie's Quilt Shop in Manassas, Virginia. And I'm going to talk to her. I'll probably go this weekend. I'm going to talk to her a little bit more. I want to see if she wants to start up that embroidery club at her shop. So I was thinking maybe we can start an embroidery shop. An embroidery club, and then I can teach different types of embroidery and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated. And if we do come up with something, I can share you guys the date. And if you guys are, around my area, maybe you guys can, would like to come down and then we can all work on a project together or something. That would be really cool. Hey, Cynthia, congratulations. Yes, you would have fun. A lids cap. You already know what to do on the machine's a little different, but you got this. Go show them who you are. Yeah. And, I don't know if you guys know, last week during embroidery happy hour, I was talking about some embroidery and I said, you know what? I can do anything I want. And I was like, maybe I should get a job at Liz because they have that embroidery machine. And, you guys might think I'm joking, but I am seriously considering that. I am thinking maybe I can get a job there part-time. And it doesn't have to be a forever job, right? I could just do it for like maybe, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months, maybe, or something like that, just to embroider hats so that I can learn about, the different custom hats that they have. Also, I believe they have a different type of an embroidery machine. I could learn how to run that, work on a different machine and be able to learn about the different types of hats, how, the hooping, and I know they do a lot of 3D buff embroidery on some of their stuff. So I am seriously, Cynthia, you're right. I mean, I am serious about that. I am really thinking that it would not hurt for me to go out there and just say, hey, if you're looking for someone, let me know, because I would be interested in having a part-time job. I think that would be really cool and a lot of fun. That is something that I'm really heavily considering it. Thank you, Miss Rivera. How are you, Nancy? How you doing? And if you guys don't know, this is Nancy, my sister. From That's her channel, Gifts HQ. She hosts a morning show, okay, Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. She also does Saturday Crafternoon at noon. So she is on YouTube 6 days a week, and she works full time too. So I mean, my parents really they have some hardworking kids, I tell you, because I mean, yeah. So I don't know how Nancy does it, but she does it. I mean, she's awesome. Her show is really, really good. If you guys have not had a chance to check out her show, highly recommended that you guys check her out. She'll be on live tomorrow at 12. Hey Jackie, how are you? Do you have your bags packed for Florida yet? I am very shortly going to start packing my bags to go to Florida. I do have a kitchen situation going on right now, so I have to my stove kind of died. It's not on its last legs, but it's getting there. Okay, it's gonna get there. So I like to replace things before they actually all die together. So I need to go get a new stove and probably have to get an exhaust hood. So I plan on going to Lowe's tomorrow and Home Depot and just shop around and see what's available. So, but once I have that done, I'm definitely planning on going to Florida really soon to see my mom and my sister. So yeah, almost there, almost there. Thank you, Nancy, and I love the gift. Thank you so much. Girl, I thought you sent me a bomb or something, but that was awesome. I loved it. I loved it. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Now you can really enjoy what you do. I know. I'm excited. Hey, Robin, how are you? Thank you. Hey, Barino. Hey, Bossman Mello. Yes. And it's funny because as soon as I got home, Mello was looking at me like, oh, what are you doing resting? You got to go back up there and start working, Hey, Iris, how are you? It's the party time. Yep. Congratulations. Hey, baby giant. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Thank you so much. Hey, Sheila, how are you doing? Thank you. Marlene, how you doing? Let's see. Hey, Sheila, no way you are old enough to retire. You look so young. Oh, thanks. Makeup. Let me stop. I don't like makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup because, I feel like it could get cakey kind of, but thank you. Thanks. I appreciate that. Hey, Emma, how are you doing? Yes, freedom. I am free to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and all that good stuff. Hey, Miss Holmes, how are you doing? Hey, Betty, how are you? How you doing? Thank you so much. Evelyn, thank you. Oh, Rivera has a question. What is the best thread to use for making the dinner napkins? I have to make 200 for my son's wedding. I stitched it out and love the way it came out. For the dinner napkins, it depends the look that you want. Now, I'm going to tell you something. For a wedding, you might want to have shiny thread. So if you can get your hands on, let me show you what thread I use, okay? Now, I always mess up the name. Okay, I think it's Florina or Florine. Here, let me show you. This is the thread that I usually use. The reason why I like this thread is because if you look at it, see the shine? It's really shiny, okay? Now, the Madeira thread is very good also, but the thing is that Madeira thread is kind of matted. It doesn't have like a real good shine, right? So it's kind of matted. But this thread, I just love the shine. And on dinner napkins, beautiful. So this is usually the thread that I use when people come to me and they want me to embroider their dinner napkins for their weddings. That this I always go to Florina because I really like the shine and everything. Another thing, I don't know what you're embroidering on the dinner napkins, Miss Rivera, but there have been times when I've had, as a matter of fact, I have a dinner napkin. Let me show you. Hold on 1 minute. I do have one that I can show you. Um, okay. Here is a sample of one that I did for a wedding. Okay. This is an ivory. It's a white dinner napkin. And look at the thread. See? This is actually the initial. It's an M with a W. Okay. And they created this design. And this was very popular for the wedding. So sometimes if you have like a dinner napkin and you embroider the same color as the dinner napkin, it looks so cute because it gives it like a 3D effect. So it's like really, really pretty. But this is the thread that I recommend. This is my favorite. It works for me. But it, like I said, it really depends on the look that you're trying to go for, okay? And stuff. So yeah. But this is their dinner napkin that I worked on. So hope that helps and stuff. Thanks for your videos. They are just what I needed to get me started. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Hey, Miss Miller, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you. I see everybody was trying to guess. And Nancy, look at that, Nancy. See? I ain't misspelled nothing. Girl, you almost gave me a heart attack with that. Hey, Miss Williams. Oh, I would have used the same answer some. Yes, and that's exactly what I ended up doing because it did. It gave it a much cleaner look. Much cleaner look. So I cropped that as well. Yes, that was something else that I was kind of like, it don't look too good like that. But I think my customer is now going to be very, very happy with that. Hey, pretty eyes, how you doing? How do you feel now that you don't have to get up early to go to work? I actually feel great. I know that I am still going to get up early because I'm not the type of person that I like to wake up late because there's just so much you can accomplish in the morning to get the day going, right? My husband's different though. He can sleep till like 11, 12, 1. He lays it till his eyes pop open. Now, once in a while, I have to go in there and give him a little poke because I want to make sure he's okay, and then he gives me that evil eye. But I've always been a morning person, but the thing is, pretty eyes, it's going to be great not to have to get up at 3 a.m. anymore. I can actually get up at maybe 5 or 6 and then do the morning and stuff like that. So I'm loving that. I really, really am. Hey, Bob, how you doing? I can list a few things. Oh, my goodness. On your type. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. 5 minutes in the. Hey, Erica, how are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Hey, Allison, how are you? How you doing? Let's see. Did you do the design over or just the words? I did not do the design over. I just did the words over. That's what I did. That design is their actual logo, so I can't really touch that. I can't make any modifications to that logo and stuff. However, though, that logo I had to get redigitized about like 4 times just to get it right. All right, so like I was saying, you got to test stitch. That's so important. It really truly is. Hey Beth, how are you doing? Hey Joyce, how are you? Let's see, going down. You got papers. Yes, I do. I got all the papers. Shoot, that I am officially retired. I got all the stuff saying that I'm retired. So now all I gotta do is wait for my pension. That's all I gotta do. Make sure that pension comes. Let's see. Nice blanket. I see everybody. Hey, Angela, stitches. Can be used with your naps. Yeah, I'm gonna be using it with my naps. Yep. Oh yes, guys, if you like the content that I share with you guys, please hit that like button and please consider subscribing because it really helps the channel a lot. It really does. See, hey Joyce, how are you? Let's see. Hey Keith, thank you so much. Oh, I subscribe to Chat. I just did that, and it's like an IA assistant, and I can tell you how much raw materials cost, breaks it down, and how much it should. I wasn't charging enough. Oh, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna look at that. Bob, thanks for letting me know. I had no idea to use that because I was using that to help me with my writing and stuff, but now I can actually. I mean, I'm gonna play with that. I am actually gonna play with that. Thanks for sharing that. That's pretty cool. I did not even think of doing that at all. Hey, Julia Creations. How you doing? I know I see the Crafty Puerto Rican on here too. I saw you earlier. You should do a Puerto Rican flag on a shadow box too. Oh, yeah. I could. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. But I don't know if they would have flown a Puerto Rican flag over the Pentagon. I don't think they would have did that. It had to be an American flag, I think. Yeah. Welcome to the Retirees Club. I'm a member now. I sure am. Oh my goodness. Everybody's laughing at the gift. Oh my goodness. How would she explain glitter and all her embroidered products? Guess her client would have to share in the fun. Hey, SK, how are you doing? Let's see. Hey, Peggy, how are you doing? Oh, can you tell us where you purchased the daughter's turning 40 this year? Hey, Angela. Hey, Crafty Puerto Rican, how you doing? Oh my God, I just love that she managed to get my logo on there. I was like, that is so awesome. I was like, oh my God, I gotta show my husband that. I really do. Welcome to the Retirees Club. I know, I'm a member. I'm a proud member. You know what's gonna happen, right, guys? I'm gonna start embroidering my shirts to say retiree. I'm going to have baseball hats to say retiree. I mean, even my coat is going to say retiree and stuff, just so I can get the senior citizen discounts and stuff. I'm going to be like, do you have retiree discounts? Because I'm on a fixed income now. That's what I'm going to be all over that. Hey, Janice. Jeanette, so happy for you. I retired in April. Congratulations. And have gone full-time with my embroidery business. I think I'm working more than I was on the job. Janice, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Because it's a lot of work. It really is. You know, you got to deal with the customer, you know, not really deal with them, but you got to meet with them. You got to gather their requirements. You got to test it. You got to deal with talk with digitizers and work with them, perfect stuff. Fill those orders, build them. Then you have to, do the administration side of your business as well. It is a lot of work. A lot of people sometimes think that it's just turning on a machine. Nope. It is like so far from it. It is so far from it. It's so much involved. Hey, Simone, how are you doing? Deborah? Yes, I'm in there. I'm done. I made it. I made it. Just wait till the grandkids start coming. After I retired, I babysat for 10 years, started a business. So, well, Carnito's on the slow end of that stuff. No, haven't had no grandkids yet. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hey, Arlene, how you doing? Hey, Annette, love mom to teach. I really want my mom to teach. I would love the videos of your mom. Alice, I already have about I think 3 videos on the channel with my mom and stuff. You're probably gonna see her a lot when I go to Florida, okay? Because she's a funny lady, I gotta tell you. I get on her nerves sometimes and everything, but I'm going to be I'm going to bring my camera with me, my tripod and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be like, okay, mom, you got to teach me how do you do this crochet? Now, the thing with my mom, though, is she crochets with very thin yarn. So I'm going to buy some thick yarn so I can see if she can show me with the thick yarn. But we're going to see how it goes. So it might be kind of comical. So it's going to be a little bit funny. Patty, yep, I'm ready. See, I told you. My girlfriend Patty is always me and her are we're each other's sidekick. I tell you, boy, she's already ready to pick out that carpet. I think she probably got it already picked out, color and everything. All right, she's just waiting to hit that purchase button. I tell you, you deserve it. Thank you, Patty. Yep, coupon queen. She always used to call me that, coupon queen. Because it was like everywhere we went, I had this little black loose leaf notebook with all the coupons in it. It was so funny. Hey, Benetina, how you doing? Thanks. Hey, Margie, how are you? You. Thank you. Hey, Annette. East Coast adventure would be great. I will see what I can do. Can't promise anything right now. Let me relax a little bit into this new chapter of my life and stuff. Get situated and everything. I'll figure it out, and then we'll see. We can go from there and stuff. If you have a chance, I like to see videos on how you keep track of inventory, how you manage your books, and when you do your taxes, how to set your serger, because I never set the dials right. Okay, I do have already Anna Maria, if you look on the channel, I do have some on sergers, but I'm definitely going to do more. For taxes and all that stuff, I'm not a tax expert and stuff like that, but I could definitely show you how I track the inventory and all that kind of stuff and everything. I have, yeah, I'll do that. I like that idea. Because I think, Anna Marie, that's going to help a lot of people on the inventory and stuff, But you guys got to remember, too, inventory is the type of inventory that you keep is going to determine on the type of orders you process, okay? Because if you're not doing a lot of orders and stuff, I don't recommend you go and buy 25 boxes of bobbins, all right? Because then what happens is you're going to have bobbins just sitting around because you're not pushing out too much inventory, okay? So your inventory you keep is going to determine on what you're taking out, all right? But I'll do a video and we'll figure it out together, no problem, okay? Wow, you just retired, no more work. Yep, I know. That's a great idea to get a part-time job at the hat embroidery place. I would consider that. I know I am really seriously thinking about that because I do work on hats on my machines, but sometimes I have little hiccups, right, with certain types of machine, certain types of hats. Because, you have different types, right? You have the structured, then you have the unstructured. Then you have 6 panel, 4 panels. Sometimes you even have 2 panels. And each of the hats, you have your trucker hats, you got your Richardson hats. Each of these hats are built differently, right? And hooping them can be really tricky. And it's just like regular embroidery. If you do not hoop your items properly, they're not going to embroider very well. So I know I need some help in that area. And what better way to learn how to really embroider hats than to work there part-time, and they teach you everything right there. Oh my god, I would love that. So yes, I am definitely going to, probably after I relax a little bit, maybe I could do it during the holiday season or something like that. But I am seriously going to look at maybe just driving over to one of the malls, going to Lids and saying, hey, are you guys hiring part-time? Because I would love to have some part-time work, because I do already do embroidery, but I would love to really learn how to master embroidering hats. And I think that would be a win-win situation. That would be pretty cool. So I am seriously thinking about that. Like I love the idea to work on projects in a group. I think I am going to do that. I am seriously, but like I said, I'm going to let me, you know, I'm going to just, I just stopped working. I just literally stopped working today. So I want to, let's see how it goes, because this is the other thing too. I don't want to overpromise and then I'm running around ragged, because I'm gonna be like, man, I feel like I'm working, still working. I don't want to have to get up 3 o'clock in the morning and all that kind of stuff. I want to do things at pace. So, but I do want to do that. I want to do like group projects together and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I am thinking about stuff. I'm jotting them all down. But like I said, I want to make sure that whatever I do is something that's of value. I don't like doing things half booty. You know what I mean? I like to give it my all, and I like to make sure that it goes well and everything like that. And I want it to be a benefit for everybody. So, I will get there. I got all these ideas, trust me, and I'm going to share them with you. And when they're ready, when I'm ready to implement and stuff like that, I am going to make sure that, that we get it all together and stuff. They might be having Memorial. Yeah, and I'm going to be looking at that too, because I think this is the time to get the appliances and stuff. My alarm went off, got distracted. Hello from Virginia, son's graduation. Congrats, Jeanette. Oh, thank you, and have fun at the graduation. Hey Rebecca, how are you? How you doing? Thank you. Yep, Memorial Day to all the veterans. Oh, yep. Trying to get her to say that. It just doesn't stick. I know. It just does not stick with it. I have tried. It's Florina. I don't know. Florina or fluoride. That's why I just do this. Look, that. You read it? You see it? You see it? That's the thread. Because my genetics, it's a trip. It really is. It truly is. Hey Margot, how are you? How you doing? Thank you. What did you charge per napkin? I really don't remember. I really don't remember how much I charged. Think I gotta look it up, Marsha. I really gotta look it up, because they ordered 120. I think they paid 360 for the 120. Let me see how much. Hold on. I'm gonna look at this calculator here. Okay, I think I charged them, and I think that's right. I think I charged them like 375 a napkin. I think that's what I charged, Martha. But remember, they ordered about 120 napkins. So once you set up the machine, right, all it is just putting it in, starting the button, taking it out, putting it in, starting the button, taking it out. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It took me about, I want to say like 4 or 5 hours to finish that. But, I mean, It wasn't that bad, and stuff. But that's it, like I said, if I get a quantity order, I usually lower the prices. But if it's one order, the lowest I will charge is $15 because I got to turn that machine on, I got to set it up and all that kind of stuff. So that's usually how I do it. How is Miss Banks? I did talk to Miss Banks. She is doing much better. She is. She's getting there. It's just a little slow at getting a little better. But I did talk to her. She's doing well, and I'm sure she's going to be back on here in no time, hanging out with all of us again and stuff. But I'll reach out to her again this weekend. The last time I talked to her, I think it was about a couple of days ago, like 4 or 5 days ago and stuff. And she was just texting me, telling me, you're going to just enjoy retirement. You're going to love it and stuff like that. Because I guess she watched the last live. And, because I was telling you guys, I was excited and then I was like scared because it's scary, right? So it's a life change, and she wrote me and she was like, don't be scared. Just go with it. And you're going to love it. And I'm now super excited about it. So, but she is doing so much better. Margot, thanks so much for asking. She is. She's a trooper. She is a trooper. Hey Joseph, how you doing? How's it going? From Pennsylvania. All right. Hey Miss Joyce, how are you? How you doing? Yeah, I know that's gonna be pretty cool. The only time I get up at 3 is when I have to catch a plane. Oh my God. So you catch all those early flights. There's one subscriber only model Gat Chat that does research. I researched machine embroidery prices for 30 minutes before we began. Okay. I've been talking to it for the past 2 years and I've not gotten anything I told about it. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Miss Joyce, how are you? I hope your day's gonna come too, Nancy. You just hang in there. You hang in there. It's gonna happen. Jeanette, what are your feelings leaving work for the last time? Oh my God, Rita, it was emotional. It really was. I'll tell you, even going to work for one last time was emotional as well. When I got on the bus, I did tell myself this is the last time that I'm going to be getting on the bus to go to work. And this is the last time I'm getting off the bus to go to work. And this is the last time that I'm unlocking the suite for everybody at the job. And the last time logging in on their network and all that stuff. And everything was the last time. And I would look at things and kind of like really take it in, the details of certain stuff, and I, after I got debriefed and I turned in my equipment, I walked around the building and went to the memorial, and because I was there at 9/11. I was I was there, so I'm one of the survivors. And I just kind of reflected, and I did sit. I went to the center courtyard and I sat on a bench. I called my mom because I was thinking of my dad, and I just took it all in. I was just taking it all in. And when I got on the bus to come home, Miss Miller, it was a bittersweet. It was a little sadness, because I have to admit, I was very, very fortunate. I'm very proud of all my accomplishments. I worked really, really hard. And I know I made a difference in a lot of people's lives and in what I did. And it was very rewarding, very, very rewarding. And, met a lot of great people, worked on a lot of great projects and stuff. And it felt kind of sad. It felt kind of sad leaving. But at the same time, I was okay with it because everything in life gotta end, right? Nothing lasts forever. And you know that going in, right? And I always told myself, I don't want to be one of those people that, I'm 89, 90 years old and I'm still going to work. I didn't want to do that, because I sometimes feel like you go in, you do your time, you should get out, because you have to make space for the young people. And with all that's going on and stuff like that, I just knew that this was the perfect opportunity for me to retire. So when the opportunity to retire early came, I just jumped on it, because at the same time, as much as I loved what I did, I also have this passion and I want to grow this. So it's an opportunity for me. So I just looked at it as, one door, opened back then. I wrote it, enjoyed it. Now it's time to close that door. And, I've already opened the door to this adventure. And now I don't just want to have a cracked door open. Now I actually want to open the door all the way. I want to enjoy this moment in this space right now, because it's time for me to move on. So, yeah, everybody has their feelings, about it, and to me it was a little bittersweet. Were there days when I went to work and I said, shoot, this thing's for the birds? Yeah, there was. Everybody does, right? Who the hell doesn't, right? You're gonna have your good days and your bad days. But I did love what I did. And now it's just time for me to just move on. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. And so it does feel weird, because I'm kind of like, oh my God, wow. Like I'm not going to be part of that world anymore, but that's okay. My time, it came to say goodbye, so I'm okay with that. Let's see. Each month when the when the pension check gets deposited, go ching chong. Yep, I know. I'm gonna be like, oh my goodness. My tax aide told me for years it's a hobby. Oh my goodness. Um, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah. Hey, congrats to you. My cousin said when she retired, she got rid of all her clocks. There are other digitizers that you recommend. I like Fossil, but he doesn't take anything other than PayPal. Oh, well, there are other ones that I have. If you go to the Facebook group, I do have a list. There is a list of digitizers on there and stuff that I recommend. So Fossil's not the only one out there. I personally like to have a list of different digitizers, and this is, first of all, like you mentioned, sometimes it's different payments. But my thing is that not all digitizers digitize the same way. Everybody has their own different style. So sometimes I'll have one project and I'll ask two digitizers to work on it instead of one, because I want to see which one has the better output and stuff. Sometimes people don't like doing that because they're like, oh, well, you're paying a lot of money. But yeah, you are. But the thing is, to me, the quality of the embroidery is what's important to me, not, if I don't know. To me, it's all about quality. It really truly is. Okay. And I like my embroidery to be top notch. I always do. And stuff. Do you have a video in Brilliance that shows how to remove the holes in the letters? I don't know what you mean about holes. You shouldn't be having holes in letters. If you do, that means that that's not being digitized properly. So I don't know what you mean by the holes. I wonder if you mean by jump stitches. I do have a video on how to remove jump stitches, not holes. So Cynthia, what I would do is take a picture of it, circle it, and post it on our Facebook group just so I could see what is it that you mean by holes and stuff, because I've never done that. How much did each napkin cost for you to buy? I don't buy the napkins, Bob. I charge that per napkin for embroidery. The napkins came from the customer. If I had to supply those napkins, believe me, it would not be $3.75. That is for sure. It would be a lot more, because I got to at least recoup the cost of the napkin, you know. And that's not even at least, because that means that if I just charged you how much I pay per napkin, that means that I'm embroidering for free. So no, but no, the customer went and ordered all the napkins and brought me the boxes, and I just charged for the service. And I kind of really honestly, I prefer that. I like to charge for the service, not the service plus the item. Do you know what I mean? Because then it can really get costly and stuff. So yeah. When my daughter got married, she bought a handkerchief with the saying she held. A lot of people do that. They do embroider some handkerchiefs. Handkerchiefs can be a little tricky because the fabric is very, very thin. So you have to make sure that you starch it and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not really my favorite thing to embroider. I started embroidering a lot of handkerchiefs when folks that I knew passed away. Like I did some for my dad. Then I did it for 2 cousins of mine that passed, and I hate doing that because it's kind of like sad. It's like, oh God, it's like I'd rather do a wedding or something because it's more happy, happy occasion and stuff. Where do you get? I actually get it from my sewing shop. I go to Susie's Quilt Shop in Manassas, Virginia. You can get that type of thread online. If you were to type that name, embroidery, and do a Google search, I'm sure you're going to have shops that have that type of thread. But I usually get that from the sewing shop that's in the next town. And then I like going there. She has like a whole rack, and I just go in and I buy straight from her and stuff. Floor E on E. Floor E on E. Florine on E. I don't think I'll ever get it right on that. I don't think so. Let's see. From what you said, I'm assuming you work for the U.S. government. If I'm right, I do. I work for the federal government. Well, I used to. I'm retired now. I am retired now. Yes, and I've worked for several agencies. All with my whole career has been Department of Defense, and I've worked for all of them, all the different services: Navy, Marines, Air Force. What is it? The Secretary of Defense. All of them. I've worked all over that building. Had enough. Tired. Been there, done that, and now it's time for me to move on. Let's see. You can always go back and visit people at work, and they can see you on YouTube. That is true. Yes. Oh, that explains it. It's so cool. I'm over there buying napkins. Like, I hope someone buys these. Yeah, I mean, Bob, I do have some napkins in stock, right? I do. But if you look on my Etsy shop, you're going to notice that when I sell those napkins, depending on the design, okay? Sometimes I sell them like $7.99 a napkin, okay? I do have a new design that I'm working on. I'm not done yet. Oh, it's on a thing. This is a new design that I'm working on. A new alphabet that I'm getting digitized. There is no way that I am going to be selling this for $7.99, because I'm going to tell you something. It takes about, for these dinner napkins, because of the different colors and the details, it takes about 40 minutes to embroider one. So you best believe I will not be charging $7.99 per napkin. It's going to be a lot more. This is probably going to be maybe a $17 napkin, something like that, because of the details and stuff. And that is one thing that I noticed too, Bob, is that sometimes the more complex the design is, of course, the longer it's going to take to stitch out. People will love it, but then you have to ask yourself, are people really going to be willing to pay for that napkin? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I already have an order for this, okay? And a lady wants 12 of this, and she bought the napkins. She brought them to me, but now I have to decide how I'm going to charge her for it because they are very time consuming. And of course, not every letter is the same, okay? Because if you have like the letter L, it's probably going to be less complex than the letter W, because as you can see right here, here's an H and this is the W. You can see that the W has much more embroidery to do than the H. So not all letters are going to be the same. So it does get a little complex and stuff like that. And then you have to ask yourself, what are people really going to be willing to pay and stuff, you know? And if anything, I always said, if these don't sell, then probably what I will do is I will just use this design so that I can gift them to people that, you know, mean a lot to me, that are really, really close to me and stuff like that. Probably do that. Let me see. Talking about getting holes. I'm talking about getting holes like the hole in a pea. Don't know. Can you explain the question? Let me see. Sorry about that. If I have the letter E, how can I improve the stitches on to show the E? And it has one big block. Okay, I see what's going on. All right, okay. Cynthia, you got to slow the machine down. Okay, I got a feeling that what's happening is, all right, if you're talking about small fonts, one of the things you have to remember is when you are embroidering very small fonts, you should not be using a 40 weight thread. You should be using a 60 weight thread with a 65/9 needle. Okay. And another thing that's helpful is to slow the machine down. A lot of people make this mistake. They think that, you know, because your machine goes 10, 20,000 stitches per minute, you should go full blast. You don't do that, okay? Sometimes designs call for you to slow down, and sometimes you have to know what needles and what threads to use. If you look at my channel, Cynthia, and you do a search for 40 weight thread and 60 weight thread, I think I have about 2 or 3 videos on the channel, and I explain how to do it, okay? And I might have video on small fonts as well, all right? And that will probably help you, because what's happening, I think if I know correctly, what you are saying is that your fonts are not coming out clear. They're not coming out clear. And usually that happens when people are embroidering small fonts and they're using the wrong weight of thread, and they're also using the wrong needle size. All right. So if you look at those videos, that's going to explain what to use when, and that's going to help you a lot and stuff. So, but if I were you, I would be grateful for this problem for the simple reason that this problem is going to help you to really understand not only about the needles, the needle sizes, the weight of the threads, but also the speed of your machine and stuff. And this is really, once you figure this out, you're going to have a better opportunity to embroider a lot cleaner. You're going to notice your embroideries coming out are really, really crisp and clean and stuff. So yeah. How did you get that font? That was something that I just designed, mixing fonts together and stuff. And I'm working with a digitizer. I haven't like finished the alphabet or anything, but it's just something that I'm doing. I want to do unique fonts, because what happens is sometimes if you're selling like dinner napkins and you use a very common font that a lot of people uses, you know, what's going to happen is you end up, you know, with a lot of competition and stuff like that. So what I've been doing, Bob, is I'm just taking little fonts and merging them and just creating my own and just adding something to it, and then asking a digitizer to just do that and stuff. Let's see. New napkins. Oh my God, the new napkin. I sell napkins for like 30 a piece, but I can't afford to charge less because I only have one machine. And yeah, and Bob, totally get it, because the number of machines is really what, that's why, that can help you lower the price. That's why you see like these companies where they have like, 20, 30 machines. Like I had somebody come to me and they wanted me to embroider something for them, and they wanted me to embroider for like $11 a shirt, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, because I only have 3 machines, and it takes about a half hour just to embroider one, and I'm not going to do that. And I was like, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So they wanted me to lower the price, and I said, you know what, I think it's better that you go to that company and have them do it. And I don't mean to say anything, but the thing is, he sent me a sample of the embroidery that they did. You could tell it was a rush job, and you could tell that, I don't think the quality was that great. Because when I compared their embroidery with my test stitch out, you could tell that mine was a lot cleaner, crispier, and stuff. But hey, it's all on the customer, right? And to be honest, I think that customer really should have stayed with that vendor, because it was a landscaping business. Okay. We're not talking about shirts that are going to be, worn at an event or something like that. You're talking about, people that are mowing people's grass and cutting trees, getting dirty, and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, for those types of work, I don't really, to me, I don't think, why, I don't know, unless I don't, it depends, I guess. But I understand embroidery lasts longer, but the thing is, those shirts are going to be washed so much more because of the type of labor that they do. So I didn't really see that as, oh, I would do that kind of embroidery on that. But I was just like, I don't know. But I was not going to lower my price for it, because, like I said, I can't compete with a company that has 30 machines, okay? Because I only have so much. So I totally get it, that, about the price structure. That's why I tell people, I can't, when people ask me, well, how much do you charge? My calculation on how much I charge per item is going to be very different from yours and other people's. Not, first of all, it depends on how many machines you have. It also depends on where you are, because in some areas, people can afford or are willing to spend more, and in some areas, people can't afford to spend more. So it also depends location and all that kind of stuff too. So there's a lot of factors. That's why, when people ask me, well, how much should I charge? I'm kind of like, I can't really tell you that, because you really have to learn how to price your own items, because there's so many different factors that go into it, right? So, that's something that people have to always consider. If the letters don't sell, you can always list them as down. Yeah, I could, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into selling files. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. You charge your time. Other people have different circumstances. Yeah. Um, when you say your channel, what is that? It's what you're watching right now. Like right now, you're watching the YouTube channel, right? You're watching a YouTube channel called Boricua Sewing and Crafts. So if you go on YouTube and you type Boricua Sewing and Crafts, you're going to see the channel. When you click on the channel, you can search inside the channel for the different videos. That's what I mean. Does that mean you're not subscribed to me? No, I'm joking. Let's see. If the letter is less than an inch high, it might be better to use 60 weight thread. Yes. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. It drives me crazy when people want to reduce your price. You go to Saks Fifth Avenue and ask them to reduce their prices. Yeah, but McFay, in all fairness, it's like with me, like the lady with the dress shirts, she just didn't understand the price structure, right? And I'm really glad that she asked, because when she asked me that, right, and I really like the way she did it, because she just came out and said, "Can you explain the price structure?" Because I know you're charging me for this, but then when I see all these other complex stuff, they're kind of cheaper. But once I explained to her that it was about setting up the machine and all that kind of stuff, and then I even told her the way to get the price more affordable is to have a larger quantity. And once I explained that to her, she was like, oh, I could do that. That's wonderful, because she saw the benefit to that, because it benefits both of us, right? Because think about it. If she comes to me with one shirt for $15, right? And then all it is she's just going to have one shirt, and the one shirt is going to be $15, right? But if she comes to me with 8 shirts, right? And I'm charging her $8 for the shirt, what's going to happen is that's $64. So obviously she's paying more than $15. Now she's paying $64. Those shirts, the reason why I only charge $8 is because we're talking about small little initials that are going on the sleeve, right? And it's only going to take me 3 to 4 minutes to embroider. So 8 shirts I can do within a half hour. I can probably do that within a half hour. So think about it. I got all that money. I got, what was it? Because I forgot what it was. So $64 in a half hour, that's not bad. For a half hour's work, that's pretty good money, right? And at the same time, the customer feels good because she got 8 shirts that were embroidered, okay? Instead of 15 shirts for $15. You know what I'm saying? So she got a good deal and I got a good deal. So it kind of works out. So to me, it's like you got to think of it that way sometimes. So you got to work with the customer, and stuff. But a lot of times customers really don't understand, that there's a lot of time and energy that's taken in creating the design, setting up the machine, testing the stitch and all that kind of stuff and everything. So I'm not going to do all that for one shirt for $8. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I have a minimum. I do have a minimum, and my minimum is 15. I will not turn that machine on for less than $15. So it kind of works out and stuff. Oh, okay. I'm subscribed to you, but I don't know. Oh, I didn't know you had a Facebook page. Oh, that's what it is. Girl, I was messing with you. I didn't know what you meant. Okay, the Facebook page. If you go to the videos in the channel, I do have a link to it, okay? But you could probably search for it as well. And it's called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. And when you see it, then you can just join that group and stuff. And I think you're going to like the Facebook group. The Facebook group and stuff. But yeah, I have that. Hey, Terry, how are you? You and enjoy the bubbles tomorrow. I know. Hey, Misty, how you doing? Oh, thank you so much. Well, guys, I am gonna call it the night. I am going to I'm probably gonna sit in my front porch right now and just enjoy the weather and maybe just have a glass of wine and just go, wow, this is different. This is really different. I'm pretty excited. I do have to get up early tomorrow because Mello goes to the groomers tomorrow. So I always take him early. He always has his 8:30 appointment. So I have to make sure that I get up in time so that I can feed him and all that stuff and then take him over there to the groomers. And I got to stop at PetSmart and get him some dog food because he is running low on dog food. So I got to get him another bag. So, but I am so excited. So it is over. So you guys are never going to hear me complaining about me getting up at 3:00 in the morning and having to go to work and then come back and do this and do that. Now it's all this. It's all about this. So I am happy. I am really, really, really happy. So now I can just focus on this. And you know what? You guys going to see so many videos on this channel of stuff I'm doing. You guys probably get sick of me. You're going to be like, all right, Jeanette, enough, probably. So I'm excited and I'm going to be more relaxed on Fridays when I hang out with you guys because I'm not rushing to get here. I'm not rushing. So all I can do is just relax and enjoy this journey with you guys. So guys, thank you so much for all the support and being there for me. since I started this channel until I got to this point. And now it's like, it's going to be more fun than ever because I am super excited and I cannot wait to really get into this journey with you guys on a full-time basis. I really, really appreciate all the support from everyone on this channel for cheering me on and everything. And I love you all for it. So again, Christmas in July is coming up. So get those sewing machines ready. Make sure they're oiled, the embroidery machines, your Cricut machine. I don't care what it is that you're doing. It's time. It's going to be time to be creative to somebody in July. So that's going to be super exciting. So I will make sure to post the link on the Facebook group. Okay. And so make sure you join the Facebook group so that way you can have access to that link. Yeah, and you can join in on the Christmas of July so that we can give each other gifts and stuff and just have fun and enjoy each other. And just enjoy life. Just have fun, okay? So guys, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate all the support. And once again, I love hanging out with you guys on Friday. And I will see you guys next Friday. And I will start posting more videos during the week because now I don't gotta go to work. So I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night. Enjoy your weekend and have fun sewing and have fun embroidering. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a good night, everyone.